Our Chief Global Affairs anchor, Martha Raddatz, Chief Legal Analyst, Dan Abrams. Martha, let me begin with you. We've got this list right here. It's kind of nonsense. I mean, there's dozens of attacks there that were covered extensively by the press. Others that aren't a terror attack, or experts have not said it's a terror attack behind them. Others with no casualties. Even more chilling, the president delivering this attack in front of the military. In front of the military, which is obviously supposed to be non-political, but he gave a sort of stump speech in front of the military. And think about it, George. The U.S. press has embedded with the military all these years, told their story again and again. And one of the great ironies to me here, when I hear President Trump talk about the press and we're not covering this, he also talks about ISIS beheading people. James Foley was the first person beheaded. He was a journalist. And we see a pattern here. The judge rules against the president. He's a so-called judge. Polls are bad. They're fake. They're fake news. Clearly an effort here to delegitimize those who might be a check on the president. It almost seems like a strategy. Don't believe those people no matter what they say. And this time he's not only saying don't believe them, he's telling us how to do our job. Meanwhile, in that O'Reilly interview, we saw another instance last night of the president seeming to take the Russian line on what's going on in Ukraine, suggesting that maybe Putin is not behind those separatists who are moving into eastern Ukraine. Some more extraordinary comments. He really hasn't said anything bad about Russia or about Putin in any great degree. He keeps, in a way, defending them. So that is something we have to watch. To me, they're trying to, I say, renovate foreign policy. But they've taken this beautiful historical house and they want to take it down to the studs. They're doing everything over. Okay, Martha Raddatz. And also continuing to be a headline, of course, is the travel ban. And the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, we're going to have that today. It can be a little bit confusing. Tell us what's at stake here.
Yeah, so all we're talking about for now is this temporary restraining order, this temporary halt on implementing the ban. But as we've talked about before, that doesn't mean this isn't really important. And here's why. Because right now, a federal district court judge has said, I'm not letting the administration implement this. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, the next court up, is now going to assess that ruling. Now, some people are going to say, so what? Ninth Circuit is going to end up in the Supreme Court. Maybe, but maybe not. The bottom line is if the Ninth Circuit agrees with the district court judge and says the administration cannot move forward with this, the U.S. Supreme Court very well may say, at least for now, we're not going to hear this. We're not going to hear the question about should the temporary restraining order be in place. If that happens, that means that the administration cannot move forward with the order, at least for now, and that's a big delay for them and a big setback. So a lot on the line today. Absolutely. And you believe also that the president's tweets could have an impact on the case? Well, you know, one of the legal questions is what was the intent of the order? And when you look at the president's tweets, he states what the intent of the order is. Do I think it's going to be dispositive, what he said in those tweets? No. Do I think it's going to be helpful to Trump? Absolutely not. All right, Dan. Thank you.